can't stop this, you can't stop this.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. On the Philly sideline, there's head coach Nick Sirianni. These guys not doing too hot. Losers of 7 of their last 9. On the Cowboys side, head coach Brian Schottenheimer. His guys ready to get things started here on Thanksgiving Day. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round. Standing 6'5", it's Josh Allen.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Left side here, taken in by Metcalf. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
To throw, it's Allen. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Second and 10. Allen to throw once more. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And an Eagles 1st down.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Short one here, caught by McBride. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Again, McCaffrey. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him to next it.
Touchdown, Eagles! Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
On the quick, right?
Now Stroud. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Horton. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
Here we go.
Stroud out of the gun here. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Stroud to throw it. It's caught. Mitchell. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up second down. The Cowboys at 8-3 now. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here goes Stroud again. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Here's 2nd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a give, running left is right. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jamison Williams with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. And this ball will come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Metcalf motions left. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short game.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Now Allen. This is taken in by McBride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Trey McBride, 29 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in the numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And it's complete to Mitchell. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
2nd and 2 at the 46-yard line.
A carry here for Trevion Henderson. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
First down.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Mitchell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 25-yard line.
Again, it's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Stroud wants to change it up with an audible. They'll run on first down with Wright. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Straight ahead, Henderson. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Eagles. The big fella. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. The Cowboys offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And as we move deeper into the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a weekly basis. As you see here, he's the NFL's leader in receptions to this point of the year. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
30-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
Stroud looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Mitchell. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gain of 6.
Throwing now is Stroud. That's another one, complete to Mitchell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Why, Tony?
They're going for it. Here's Stroud. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
21 yards. And an Eagles first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's been as productive as anyone in the NFL in the middle part of this season. The NFL's leader in receiving yards to this point, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Looking outside, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 11. And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
And Stroud now to throw. Right side to Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
The throwing again is Stroud. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Why, Tony?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
First down.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Stroud. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
He's out of bounds at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
2nd down and 3.
11. Here we go.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Cowboys first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Henderson is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point try now from Dicker. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score Eagles.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at their 35-yard line. To the air, Allen. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A gain of 15.
From midfield, here's Allen. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Eagles first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First
To throw, it's Allen.
Philadelphia.
Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He'll get that complete to Franklin. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A gain of 6. That's another Eagles.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. First and 10 in the red zone. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A gain of 13 yards.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half, Stroud. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Well, that'll be incomplete. But he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
Speed left, speed left. That's your man, that's your man. Nike Texas.
Stroud now on fourth down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Allen going to throw. A short one here, caught by McBride. On the gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
Second and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 24. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. Here's Allen to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Will Reichard on for the field goal. A 41-yard.
And his kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Dallas offense set for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Now Stroud. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Fourth down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter? It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 9 at the 36-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Fighting his way through contact. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Christian McCaffrey, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Cowboys first down.
Stroud working out of the gun. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20.
Stroud to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Henderson will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. Let's see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And now they're in the hurry up.
Travion Henderson brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. They were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
18 Cardinal.
That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Another Cowboys first down.
Back to throw. McCord. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Allen. This is taken in by McBride. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Eagles.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
10 yards on the pickup.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Look out!
Oh, they'll give this to Metcalf on the jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Allen taking it himself. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
Will Riker is on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this one's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Cowboy 80. Take over.
Throw caught by Musgrave. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
13 more yards. That's another Cowboys.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw again. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
A gain of a yard. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, it's Allen. He finds his man. Complete. It's Franklin. The offense on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To the air, Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16.
Eagles, 1st down. A gain of 19 yards.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. This is caught. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
14 more yards. That's another Eagles 1st down.
McCaffrey trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Allen going to try and keep it. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Josh Allen keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Cowboys. Now as their offense gets set to take over. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
Intended for Adonai Mitchell, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, McCord. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw, McCord. And the throw there going to be incomplete. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one.